So we're moving on to hypersensitivity type 3, and remember that this is not organ specific. This is formed in the blood or bodily secretions. So that's the difference between 2 and 3, right? 2 is on the organ or cell itself, but 3 is in the blood or bodily secretions. So you'll see I have my little blood vessel there, and IgG and antigens are floating in the blood. And what will happen is you're going to have your IgG and then your little antigens bind. So the antigens are going to bind in the blood, and they're going to go down to specific tissues, and then C3b is going to be attracted. It's going to come in, it's going to bind on the tissue, and those poor little neutrophils are going to do the same thing that they did in the type 2 sensitivity. They're going to be attracted to the C3b, and they're going to bind to the C3b, and then we're going to once again have a release of those toxic granules. And so we're just going to have all these toxic granules be released into the healthy tissue. And an example of this would be lupus. Alright, last is our hypersensitivity type 4. This is cell mediated. There are no antibodies involved in this one. So we have our antigens, and our antigens will stimulate T cells. And two things can happen from that. The first thing that can happen is there will be a formation of T cytotoxic cells, and those cytotoxic cells will then attack and destroy healthy cells. The other thing that could happen is those T cells are stimulated. They then bring in your T helper cells, and those T helper cells will produce cytokines, and these cytokines are going to attract and activate macrophages, and those macrophages are going to attach to the cell and release, and then there'll be a release of toxic granules in healthy tissue. And you will see this in Hashimoto's disease, but one of the more common diseases is poison ivy. Alright guys, I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.